Well, is one of the problems, the way we're evaluating entrepreneurship is not about profitability, but it's more about notability and having your name and face out there, because you go to as many conferences as I do. And it's sort of a roundup of the same voices over and over. And I wonder, when are these people running their businesses? Are their businesses making any money?
Well, that has a lot to do with the world that you come from, right? Bloomberg knows that if they use those people, they'll get more clicks on their website, they'll get more views on their show. So it's like a self-fulfilling machine, right? I mean,
is it a self-fulfilling machine, or is it a symbol that we're heading into yet another bubble? Are we gonna look back at this moment and say, when the bubble burst, it was right there when I asked Gary Genius at what point, when I asked GaryVee, at what point did you become a human genius? Honestly, questions like that make me think of the year 2000 when we thought anything with the .com at the end was, your recipe to be a zillionaire.
Steph, I'll be very frank with you.
Please.
I really don't give a fuck. Because, let me tell you,
That's what I wanted to do on my Sunday at 5.
But let me tell you what I mean by that. I have no idea if we're in the bubble or not, this, that, the other thing. It's just not what I think about. I think about executing and doing my thing. I've built 2 businesses in my life. I did them both during bad times. Wine Library happened right after 9/11 is when I really started hitting my crescendo. I lost an enormous amount of clients because they either died or they lost a lot of money, and I navigated my business through a very difficult time. AJ and I started VaynerMedia right when the financial crisis happened. None of these companies wanted to spend more money on marketing, let alone something they never heard of. So I think every moment's a bubble, because I know I'm gonna win in my craft, and that's just what I think about. As an investor, I've been far more conservative the last 18, 24 months, because I kind of had an epiphany 20, maybe 24 months ago. Like, people were just coming in and they had no stomach for this. They were good students that, had friends and relatives that got them into a great ecosystem, that got them funding. Everybody was chasing their next startup. There was no practicality to revenue. It was all about raising the next round. And so, look, I don't look at startup culture or entrepreneurship any different than the stuff that you cover every day, Wall Street and shit of that nature. It's all the same game. There's a ton of stuff. What? But it's the same game, right? Which is, I'm not intrigued, or it doesn't seem like an interesting use of time to debate if something's a bubble or people to me it's about execution. I like communicating. I put my stuff out there. It's a proxy that fulfills me. I like the admiration. My mother complimented me 500 times a day. So I need people to come and do this. I need that, I like that.
But is that where, does your self-worth come externally?
Yes.
Are you afraid of that? That's a risky place to be.
No, because I equally have self-worth internalized as well.
I'm that awesome.
No, I'm just that pulling from opposite directions, right? As much as I want it, I don't need it. As much as I really care what individual people say on the Amazon. On Tuesday, somebody's gonna leave a 1-star review on this book, and I'm gonna read it 3 times and really internalize it. And I'm gonna really care, and I'm really not gonna care.